Hi, my name's Siren, aka Serenity, and I am a mermaid VTuber who's been playing Love and Deepspace since it launched. I can't believe that it launched, at least a year ago now. It feels like the game just begun, but now here we are. So I am a Zayne main primarily. So I am a little bit behind on some of the other love interest stories and myths and cards that I have and stuff. I am a fan of all five, so even though Zayne is my priority, I do love and appreciate every single love interest. So I do spend time going through and learning what I can about the other guys and playing through their stories too. Rafayel has always had a special place in my heart, even though he's not my main because fellow mermaid. And I'm planning on pulling for his new myth. So I figured it's time for me to finally play through both the God of the Tides and the Abyss Walker myths. Now I know some of the details, like overall major like plot of these, but I've never played through them and there's a lot of stuff that I don't know. So I figured it would be fun to go through and play let's do God of the Tides first, because I think that makes sense chronologically. I've been told that I should probably do Forgotten Sea, Sea of Golden Sand, and then Tears of Romero. So let's go ahead and jump in. If you're interested in seeing more, Love and Deepspace and me crying and screaming about the lore and how much I love this game and these guys, feel free to subscribe, or I'm on Twitch at Sirenity if you would like to catch me live. So let's go. So for God of the Tides, we have Forgotten Sea. The god once made a promise to his follower. An eternal bond has thus been made. It's such a pretty background. I tried to use like the same image for the background for this video. I don't know if you could tell, but I love it so much. It reminds me of home. It's so pretty. I mourn Lemuria as much as Rafayel does just looking at this photo. All right, let's jump in. Can't wait to cry. There's an old saying around these islands: wherever the sea breeze blows is under the sea god's divine grace. Gaze. Line one. We've already just bluffed it up. Okay. The god of the sea demands more devout followers. As winds rise at sea and the tides pummel ships, fishermen and sailors wear gray garments. Emissaries of the deep sea they claim to be. They construct temples on seaside cliffs, light sacred flames, and sing hymns from dubious origins every day. Hymns from dubious origins. Why is that so, ominous? They say the god of the sea will select his most devout follower among the humans and grant their wish. A gift must be prepared for the god of the sea. Sometimes 'tis a creature from a foreign land, treasure, or even a person. Bum, bum, bum.
Quickly now! The sacrifice is missing!
Guys, we got the short end of the stick as always as MC. It's human sacrifice time. What's new? Amidst the storm, the ship has lost its sense of direction. Seawater seeps into the cabin. The corpses around me are stiff, cold. My stomach churns, and I do my best not to hurl. Oh my god, why are there corpses?
Lower the sails! And turn! Hurry!
The waves are too... Oh, hello. Sorry, Sailor A.
Half the cabin is already flooded. Now, throw it in the ocean!
Are we it? They're in disarray and the cabin shakes violently. A sailor kicks away bloated corpses. Ugh! Grabbing me by the collar, he drags me to the deck. Yeet! Oh. Can we just listen to this song for a second? Oh my god. So I've heard this song in some of Raphael's tender moments or like secret times stuff, because I have played through most of those for him, and I've always kind of headcanoned that it is MC in the past, but it is definitely a siren song. I can I can confirm, but it's so gorgeous, and I'm interested to see if this myth will kind of show where it originated from and how it kind of goes across the story and the timelines and stuff. If not, I don't care. It's pretty, but that would be nice. Like an invisible hand, it calms the raging whirls of the ocean. The wind dies down.
Fools. Any further in a storm would be the last thing on your minds.
Whoo! Before the ship sails away, I'm tossed overboard. Roaring torrents drown out my pleas. Help! Help me! Briny water engulfs me. Before I lose consciousness, however, a warmth surrounds me. A man! Oh my god. He's so pretty. It's just ridiculous. They went off on their design for him. I know he's usually like the face of the game, and like, look at him, it makes sense. Like, good lord. When I surfaced, the most beautiful eyes I've seen appear. Yeah, I mean, they are. Look at that. You can even see, like, from far away, the red kind of coming out through the bottom, mixing in with, like, purple and blues. Oh, God.
Were you abandoned?
He holds an ornate flute. The ethereal melody disappears when he stops playing it. Save me. Oh. Oh. That was cute. That was cute. He sits on driftwood. Under the night sky, he looks at me, the scales on his neck emitting a faint glow. Is he a Lemurian?
Did you ask for my assistance?
He reaches out to me. His nails are black. That's really cool. Yet when our hands touch, fire bursts forth from his fingers. Why are you laughing? We're dying. He smiles, proud of his successful joke. My survival instincts kick in, making me clench his hand with all my might.
Release me.
Now you're flustered? The scales on his neck are raised ever so slightly.
I said release me.
From the depths of my mind, I remembered an old story. A Lemurian kiss can let one breathe in watery depths. Trapped in the unrelenting tide, I grab him, catching him off guard, and kiss him. We're not even in through the first one! We didn't get a kiss and we're not even through the first one. This is lit. Please, save me. I struggle to keep my eyes open, but I desperately look at that beautiful gaze. After a long silence passes, his voice rings in my ears. Low, soft, almost like he's casting a spell to enthrall someone. Maybe he is.
I will grant you deliverance.
Oh! His, like, siren-speaking voice sounds gorgeous.
And in exchange, offer yourself, your everything to me. Become my follower, mortal.
Gladly. I will be seated. Don't you worry. I'm coming home with you. Number 2.
Is she dead?
Can dead bodies be used for research?
Oh, Jesus.
Her body is warm and she still breathes. Why won't she wake up?
Did you forget our lessons in the study of human anatomy?
Oh, I was
They
like,
aren't us.
how did she end up with humans again? But these are baby mermaids.
Oh, must be cerebral hypoxia caused by pressure differences. Let's record this observation in our next report.
Okay, baby mermaids are smart.
If her soul has returned to the heavens, we should ask Rafayel if we can dissect her.
Oh,
The
no.
college hasn't had a fresh human specimen for hundreds of years.
Hasn't MC been dissected enough? Oh, gorgeous. Oh my god.
She's awake.
Oh
Her
my
eyes are open.
Okay, can we appreciate this? This whole room. I love it so much. Like the purples and blues with the like shells on the... Oh my god. Also, why is Mermaid Baby so pretty? Are they going to make every Lemurian NPC in this absolutely gorgeous? Because I would love that. And it would be canon. What is this place? Am I below the waves?
Keep your distance. She bites.
I do. The shadows immediately take several steps back. What are they planning to do? The person they addressed as Raphael leans in. Getting a better look at his face, I see he's a young, pretty Lemurian. Don't mind me. He's just so gorgeous. His mouth is swollen and there seems to be a wound on his lips. When our eyes meet, he glares. Oh my god! Not only did we kiss him, but did we try to, like, bite his lip off? I understand, we were desperate, alright? But also, get it, girl. I gulp, unsure if this Lemurian has any ill intent. Where am I?
A glance would reveal that you are in Lemuria.
Well, it's not like I've been here before,
Treat her
Raphael.
wounds and give her clean clothes. I'll inform Elder Amund that we found my devout follower.
You're my savior, right? I should express my gratitude. The beautiful Lemurian leaves. This is just like our first meeting with him.
Worry not. When Raphael brought you back, it seems you'd be vomiting bubbles with the crabs for a fortnight.
Oh my god, see, she's so pretty too. Wow. From her hiding place, a young girl pops up. Curious and excited, she sits by the edge of the bed.
My name is Algie. He's
Of course your name is Algie.
First live human we've met.
And of course your name is Conch. Listen, my name might be on the nose, okay? Okay? But I argue that Algie and Conch are worse.
Well, they're the ones who swam along the currents, but none could talk like you.
You're scaring her, sister. Look, her hands shake like a shrimp seeing a whale for the first time.
Yeah, whales are really big.
My apologies. I didn't mean it.
Why... May I know why you brought me here?
You'll know when you visit the temple.
Got
It's
it.
a very, very long tale. I'll tell it on the way.
Alright. Give me the tea. Algie told me that the deep sea is the forgotten kingdom of Lemuria. The sea god, or god of the sea, lives there. He protects whatever the briny sea breeze touches. His followers include not just denizens of the ocean, but also humans. As such, his most devout follower must gift him a heart, so he has the strength to protect Lemuria and become the god recognized by the entire ocean. Okay, so he wants us to be his most devout follower. So we need to give him our heart. Has he just said, you tried to bite my lip off, you're my human sacrifice now? Okay, so this is a ceremony that will recognize him as god of the sea, essentially, and give him more strength. It's said that the sea god of our generation was born in flames as dusk turned to dawn. Only he can use fire. Indeed, a great flame has burned in Whalefall City's temple for thousands of years. It represents Lemuria in its prosperity and decline. Okay, the sea god of our generation was born in flames. So as we go through Raphael's myths, I'm sure I'll understand this better, but from what I've kind of seen, my understanding is that Raphael is basically not like reincarnates, but similarly to where something triggers him to be like awaken in the flames in the sea, right? You can kind of see that a little bit in some of MC's like item descriptions and stuff too. But we'll, I guess, learn more about it as we go on. The Tome of the Sea God states that if this fire were to ever go out, Lemuria shall fall into a deep slumber for centuries. Oh, look at the fishies!
Around. Do that, and the humans will get you.
Look at the fishies!
Scale and turn you into a lamp.
Oh. Guys, please don't turn me into a lamp. This kid's like, the humans are going to catch you and turn you into a lamp. So to keep the flame alive, the sea god requires a certain human follower.
Haven't you heard? The child
Algie
was
nods.
hunting for jellyfish and got stung.
What's this random NPC chatter?
Saying he's best friends with the starfish.
Okay. Cool story. I always believed 'twas a children's fairy tale. Who knew?
We're here. Welcome to Whale Fall City.
Beyond the coral reef is a magnificent city with countless looming spires. Fish and jellyfish float past the grand structures. Impressive and stunning is the city in its entirety. Algae escorts me through the streets till we reach the heart of the city. From there, we climb the stone steps of a large palace. Many spiral staircases later, we stand before a huge door in a circular hall with a vaulted ceiling.
Elder Amund maintains the temple. He
Amund.
believes only the most devout, sincerest worship can awaken the sea god's powers and keep the flame strong.
Okay, I could do that. Why a human specifically? Can't a Lemurian be selected?
Humans are the most selfish, greediest of creatures.
Okay, T.
Thus, when they offer their hearts, love, even their lives,
Mm-hmm.
it is considered the most precious form of worship. The tome also confirms Raphael will be the last god of the sea. Therefore,
Probably because Lemuria is going to fall. Oh my god, he's gorgeous. Jesus. No, I didn't get a good shot. No, he's blinking! Cross your arms again. Every time there's a new background, I'm like, ooh. Having called out the boy's name, Raphael pushes open the temple's doors.
I just remembered I still have a report to write. Farewell.
Bye. Raphael gestures for me to follow him. Oh. This looks similar to the symbol in Silas and MC's church. No? Or am I just seeing things? It looks kind of similar. Conch said the Tome of the Sea God is here. It contains all of Lemuria's history and prophecies. Ooh, the music is nice. In the temple is also the fire, symbolic of Lemuria as a whole.
She is most suited to be the one.
Wearing a robe, an old man stands in the middle of the temple. Above him hangs a burning flame. I feel it resembles a sun about to go out as I gaze upon it. What's happening? I hope I won't be tossed into the fire as a sacrifice. Real.
She's the human your quintessence decided on.
Okay. We won't speak about how the old man is hot.
'Twas more of fate's whimsy. I wandered about on the earth and became her cushion as she fell.
For now, I shall forget your quintessence snuck out and burned the god's hair. I must ask again, is she truly to be the human your quintessence is bound to?
It seems like he's just a baby. You know? Like seems very young here.
As long as the sea god's ceremony is assured, I will make her my follower. However, we should remove all her teeth and nails.
Oh!
I worry she'd bite and scratch us if given the opportunity.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Once a Lemurian is bound to someone, 'tis impossible to go against their wishes. She will have the power to command your quintessence. When the two of you barely know each other, is that something worth giving?
But won't I be dead once I give him my heart anyways? I won't be able to control him for that long, huh? The light flickers on Raphael's face. Raphael lowers his head and ruminates about his answer. Elder Amund leaves, and so Raphael and I are alone. If you have yet to decide, can I be set free? I promise I won't speak of this to anyone. Though I try my luck, he continues to stand there.
The day has dragged on long enough. I'm tired.
Okay. I still find it hilarious how he just walked away earlier like he did in the beginning of the story. And he's just like doing the same thing. Now, to be fair, I think when he just walks away from you in the beginning of the story, it's because if he stays there any longer, he's going to fall to his knees crying. But I still find it hilarious. He finds a comfortable spot on the ground and sits down. What are you doing?
Sleeping.
Why?
Wake me before nightfall.
You. Raphael ignores me. He leans against the marble pillar and closes his eyes. Wow, he can nap anytime, anywhere, just like me. The temple is heavily guarded. I can only huddle in a corner and think of various ways to escape. Cute. Cute! Is he asleep? Raphael! Raphael! Raphael doesn't react. But then a small blue fish appears and swims around his shoulders. Where did you come from? I have to admit, you're adorable. I poke the fish and expect to receive an answer. Oh, I received no answer. Do you know the way out, oh little fish? The little fish swims in a circle and settles on my finger. Do you understand me? Could you show me a way out? Flicking its translucent tail, the fish swims to the stained glass window behind the alcove. I wonder if we'll find like a connection with Reddy in here. Number 3. Half a day dissipated like sea foam. Why have we returned to these crossroads? Hey, I'm sensitive about that. Don't talk so casually about things turning into sea foam. Do you lack a sense of direction, or do fish always have a terrible memory? I'm just being dragged this whole time, but I can't even argue because it's true. Twirling its tail, the fish swims into a crowd. I'm left behind. Where are you taking me? Ugh, never mind. I'm trying to converse with a fish. After swimming for what seems like an eternity, the little fish stops by a coral reef. It goes into a small hole in the city's wall. Must I actually swim through that? Glub, 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 glub. That's so cute. All right. I pass through the hole and remove the sand on my knees. I turn around. The opulent underwater city is behind me. Yes! Apologize to your master on my behalf. He is my savior, all things considered. My life on land could be uncertain, but I shall certainly die if I stay within the confines of Whalefall City with the weird god of the sea. I've yet to think of a proper way to express my gratitude. Should I feed the fishes during the sea god's ceremony?
Was it fun to explore Lemuria?
Oh! From the garden's shadow, a voice speaks. Though hard to make out, a person's lying down behind a silk curtain. Raphael?
There is no need to shout my name.
He lifts a finger, and the little fish swims around it. Then it transforms into a blue scale that lands on his palm. Oh, I was deceived. The fish was of his creation. You planned this.
'Twas a test made for you. Elder Amund was right. Human promises are but meaningless words.
When did I make a vow to you?
I told you to wake me before nightfall, didn't I?
Oh, you got me there. He yawns, not upset in the slightest.
Besides,
Cute.
when I saved you from the ocean's clutches, we made an oath. Did you forget? I will grant you deliverance. And in exchange, offer yourself, your everything to me. Become my follower, mortal.
That counted? You are the god of the sea, respectable and awe-inspiring. Can't you consider my rescue an act of kindness and just let me go?
I am not a god who answers every whim. The ceremony is to take place in a month. And as you are aware, ceremonies always need.
Narrowing his eyes, his expression only leaves me with a feeling of dread. Followers. There are plenty on land. The ones who wear robes pray every day to you. They're more devout than me. Scared I am to be a sacrifice once more, I try to persuade Raphael to consider an alternative.
All right. Return to me your life.
He holds out his hand as if he... Oh, typo. As if he... Come on, enfold. As if he's grabbing an invisible rope that's tied tightly around my neck. Jesus Christ. Water enters my nose and throat. I am drowning. This translation. I am drowning, period. I swear on my name, I'll do anything you ask. Raphael grins. He loosens his hold and I find myself able to breathe again.
'Tis not worship that I desire. From the depths of your very soul, I seek only the purest devotion.
I beg your pardon? I love how she's just like, how did I get myself in this
Tides ebb
situation?
and flow, and with every setting sun is a moon rising. Till time's end, I should occupy your every thought. You must believe in me alone.
As a Zayne main, I feel very guilty. You mean
Think of it from another perspective.
He pokes my chest, specifically where my heart lies. He acts as if he's stating a truth.
Thou is to find a means by which thy heart becomes smitten with me.
Maybe he's trying to say, like, okay, well, she'll give me her heart, but because she'll love me, not actually have to carve it out. We'll see. We shall see. This is really fun so far. I know it's going to get very tragic, but it's pretty fun. I like the setting. I think seeing Raphael as a little bit more of an immature, like different setting, more regal is cool. You can still see bits of his personality that we know today, like coming through very well. And poor MC, she was like, oh, I'm going to jump off this ship. I don't want to be sacrificed. And then jumps right to the god she was supposed to be sacrificed to. Like, this woman's life, in some ways I envy her, and in some ways I would never want to be her, ever. All right, number 4. Find one who will kiss you, even if you do not give them the world. Love a soul that's like your own, that which complements you. Love and death are the most important things in a life. Death is a matter of time, so love with all your heart can muster. Lemuria, Tome of the Sea God, Chapter 3. Ah, okay. He must find true love. For my entire life, I only thought about how I'd die. Jesus Christ! Every time. I'm sorry. For my entire life, I only thought about how I'd die. My mind focused on escaping that temple and forging my own path. I refused to be sacrificed. So the implication is that she was born and grew up there just waiting to die the whole time. Why is this always the same? This poor girl. I never imagined the sea god to be real, nor we would soon be bound together with a vow. Raphael promised he'd let me go if I became his most devout follower before the sea god ceremony. This is of great significance to me.
You must keep an eye out. Humans eat everything. Fish can always be on the main course.
I mean, sushi's really good.
We also like to eat fish.
See?
What do they like?
Uh-huh.
They also tend to use hot water for their baths.
Oh! With nothing to do, Algie gives me a tour of the city.
Do you remember Lemuria's flame? We call it the sun below the waves.
Oh, okay. So that's what gives them light down here.
The fire grows weak as seasons pass. The sea god must reignite it during his coming of age ceremony.
So he is young. It'll be his coming of age ceremony, technically. I look at Raphael. Children surround him, grabbing his hands, making him play with them. He creates balls of fire, their light illuminating every face.
As you must know, we are in the deep sea. Sunlight cannot reach this place, let alone moonlight.
Yeah, it's dark down there. It's scary.
Without this flame, Lemuria would be plunged into a horrifying darkness. If we were not able to see each other, we would transform into hideous beasts.
What's that mean? What's that mean? Is it like this situation? Or what? Okay. Maybe that made more sense in Chinese, but I'm... okay, let's just go. Your worries are unique. Compared to the world of men, Lemuria is a utopia seen only in fairy tales. They could swim freely and resemble humans. As the legends say, love and freedom dictate the Lemurian way of life. They also are not interested in warfare. Their songs, tales, rare shells, and pearls are placed into bottles that could be washed ashore. Their conches are said to store sounds for many years. Oh, I remember seeing something about this in his new myth trailer. Oh boy. Mr. Seagod. She said Mr. Seagod. Mr. Seagod, did you hear what I just said? Raphael doesn't look up. He tosses me a blue conch, its origins unknown. Such a wondrous thing exists? What do you call it?
It has no name. Treat it as the miraculous conch of wonders.
Perfect.
Take it. The shell will accept all your pointless laments and complaints.
Awesome. Since Raphael is engrossed in his reading, I whisper vicious words into the conch. You are no god of the sea. You're a god of scourges. May you be born as a sea monster in your next life. A sea cucumber or an oyster would work. Or... She's just as petty as he is. I love Raphael's MC. When we depart from the temple, dusk has graced Lemuria with its presence. I gaze at the highest spire on the building where a bright fire burns. Like the sun above, it rises from the east and sets in the west. It's brought light and warmth to Lemuria for generations.
Are you interested in some sightseeing?
Yeah, show me around. Isn't the temple closed off at this time?
Follow me.
Yeah, I think maybe the sea god can enter his own temple. I think it's fine. Raphael avoids the temple's guards, and we reach the highest floor of the spire. I'm out of breath when we reach the highest floor. Exhausted, I suddenly lose my footing and almost fall into his arms. Raphael frowns. Do you not like people touching you?
No.
Oh. That was a very serious no. Sorry.
You can hold my hand.
Oh! He changed his tune real quick. He extends his hand to me. Oh.
But don't hold on to it too tightly.
Ah! I gently hold his finger. His finger. What the hell? It's like a toddler. Truly, it is hard to understand the sea god's heart. Gently, Raphael drags me to the top of the spire. Below us is all of Whalefall City. Like golden fog, the firelight enshrouds every building. How beautiful! This is the first time I've seen a sunset underwater.
Is it pleasing to look at?
Yeah. Raphael's gaze follows the distant light. He's deep in thought.
Tell me of the world on the surface.
I love how you can see his scales here, or if it's like the design on the fabric, maybe? It's hard to tell. Part of your world is playing in the background. What would you like to know? I can't think of anything to talk about. Since I was once a sacrifice to the god of the sea, I spent most of my time inside that cold temple. Lemuria is the biggest, grandest world I've visited in my life. We can visit the surface if you'd like. There are flowers and plants and animals you could never find in the ocean. Have you seen a puppy? You can't say you've lived unless you've touched a puppy's tail.
There are records of them in the college's library. And don't give me that look of pity. 'Tis
Let's go
rude.
find a puppy, please.
Can you name even one of the peculiar creatures of the deep sea?
Raphael grabs a passing, glowing jellyfish and motions for me to continue. You're a boring piece of driftwood. What I mean to say is, you've snuck out before. You can do it again, right? I can't believe she called him a boring piece of driftwood. Raphael stops trying to humor me. He finds a spot in the shadows and closes his eyes. I recall Elder Amun's words about Lemurians and one of their weaknesses. Essentially, once a Lemurian is bound to a person, they're to obey every command of their master. The kindled! Oh, Jesus! He'll obey every request of mine, right? God. Literally. It almost looks like he has cat ears with the way this is. Wow. The lighting. And to think the game has only gotten, like, better and better since this launched. Like, when this banner was first out. Make some flames! It didn't work at all.
Don't waste your time.
We're not bound yet, honey.
One should practice silence when watching the sunset.
Cute. Do you want to see the real sun, Raphael?
I do not.
You wanted to sneak onto the beach the day we met.
Your tongue barely moved when we first met. Back then, you were rather...
Excuse me, sorry for the photos.
This side of you is much more to my liking.
Oh, that's cute. He's like, you're not all scared and timid anymore. Oh, don't look at me like that. On the beach, we have a sea god ceremony, too. We play wonderful songs on lyres and...
Were the surface world as lovely as you claim, you'd be elsewhere.
Oh! There are evil people on land. Once they learn you're a Lemurian, your tears that turn into pearls would be harvested day on day.
If you persuade me to bring you to the beach, you'll run away.
He's like, I'm not an
Is
idiot.
the surface world sunset different from the one in the ocean?
Yeah. Honestly, my memory of it is hazy. Oh! Hello! We're like gonna snuggle and sit next to him. You take me to see the sun, and I'll bring you to the festival. What do you think? As Whalefall City darkens, I sense Raphael is asleep. Raphael ever finish a conversation challenge. I lean against his shoulder, my head almost touching his. I feel sleepy. Oh. 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 Snuggle. A little snuggle. Cute. Number 5. As days pass, I grow accustomed to living here. Raphael hasn't talked about needing a follower, and today he suddenly approaches me.
Let's go.
Where to?
The beach. You spoke of humans celebrating the sea god's birthday for several days.
Truly?
Yes.
We're going on a field trip. Under cover of night, Raphael and I sneak past the guards in Whalefall City and reach the shore. I doubt you had to swim so quickly when a shark chased us.
Two-legged creatures like you are slow and lack the ability to protect themselves. Without me, you won't survive a single day in the ocean.
That's true. The waves are calm and the stars from on high shimmer brightly. I take a deep breath, fresh air filling my lungs. See the island over there? The tallest temple is where the emissaries reside. Raphael looks at where my finger is pointing. In the distance is a brightly lit building.
Have you lived there a long time?
Ever since the emissaries adopted me when I was a child. For a time, I thought I was also a follower of the sea god. As I got older, I figured out I wasn't a follower, but a sacrifice. Something his followers would gift to the sea god. Only the emissaries have the right to be the sea god's followers.
Why didn't you try to escape?
Where could I have gone? This island's too small. They'd find me no matter how hard I tried. Were I to become a fish and swim into the ocean, perhaps I'd be successful. Let's keep moving. Basking in the wind any longer might make me catch a cold. After a few steps, Raphael stops me in my tracks.
You were originally a sacrifice to the sea god. Why are you inviting yourself into their domain?
Ooh, little festival. Before we enter, Raphael finds some driftwood and creates a mask for me to wear. It fits perfectly. Okay. He can truly do anything. Any art piece. He's got it. Perhaps with the festival underway, the scent of expensive spices permeates the air. Mermaid-shaped lamps on the buildings burn bright. Oh my god, there's actually mermaid lamps. New fear unlocked. Beneath the arches, which are inscribed with the legend of the sea god, is a performer playing a lyre and singing.
Unable to break his vow with the girl and his own burning passion, the god of the sea left the ocean and lived happily ever after with his beloved.
When the puppet show ends, the curtains are drawn. The children talk amongst themselves.
But Lemuria is centered around bonds. Without it, the sea god won't remember or obey her.
What are you talking about? The god of the sea will find his beloved and live happily ever after.
This is just us.
You're also naive.
All the fans. Huffing, the little girl tugs my sleeve.
What do you think, miss? Will the sea god be with her because he loves her? Or because of their vow?
All those legends of Lemuria are just made up nonsense. Before I can continue, the children start crying. I'm sorry, I didn't.
What about you, sir? Does Lemuria exist? Would the sea god gift his heart to a human?
What you gonna say, Rafi? The sea god, who's listened to the story, his chin resting on his hand, nods.
He would. Lemuria is my homeland, so that is how I know.
I try to cover Raphael's mouth, but he pushes me away.
Huh? What are Lemurians like?
Their tears turn into glimmering pearls, and their voices bring dreams of wonder. Their blood can make one live forever, or even resurrect the dead.
You can't be giving out this information. They're gonna kill you.
Lemurians don't fall in love with people they are bound to. 'Tis a human fantasy.
What else?
Are you that curious?
Raphael takes the sea god puppet and the girl puppet the storyteller gives him. He hands them to the little girl. Only then does he notice his companion has disappeared.
Sir?
Perplexed, he looks around. Food stalls, puppet shows, jugglers. She's not there. Anywhere. He lets out a sigh of relief when his gaze sees the market's plaza. Pomegranate wine, the distraction had lured her away. She's like, I need a drink.
The young lady there. Inform her that someone is waiting. If she doesn't return soon.
He thinks and then whispers to the little girl.
That person won't keep waiting.
Do. That's so funny to me. They're so alike. I really do like the touches that the game gives MC in her stories with the different love interests. Like with Raphael's, she kind of matches everybody's energy that she's with, right? I mean, in resonance ability, duh. But I mean that in like a personality way too. So like with Raphael, she allows herself to be more petty. She allows herself to be a little bit more sassy and mean, honestly. And it's funny that it's like, oh yeah, she saw pomegranate wine and got like lured away. It's like, oh god, I need a drink. Like I just find that hilarious. Because when I think of like, for example, Zayne's MC, which I probably feel most like able to talk about, I think she would still be probably lured by the wine, don't get me wrong. But in terms of like how she behaves, Zayne kind of brings out more of her childish side in a different way, to where, a big part of their relationship is allowing themselves to like heal their inner child and like be open and vulnerable with each other in a way that they aren't with like anybody else. And so even though like most of the time MC is the one being childish and kind of like wanting to be taken care of, and Zayne like provides that for her, it does sometimes switch, which especially you can see in his drunken intimacy. No, absolute zeal. Drunken intimacy is the opposite, but absolute zeal, you can see, how much she wants, he wants her to take care of him too. Anyways, I went on a Zayne rant. This is what I was supposed to do. But all that to say, I like how you can see, like, she's still the same person, but when you go into different dynamics with each love interest. You get to kind of see different facets of her personality. Anyways, part 6. Anyways, my game crashed. It was mad I was talking about Zayne instead of Rafayel. Are you upset I was distracted? Don't be angry. I returned, didn't I? I even brought with me pomegranate wine. It just finished fermenting. We can take it back for algae and conch.
I'm not upset, but
As I speak with Rafayel, there's an argument behind us.
Someone stole the pearl eyes from the sea god statue in the temple. You
Oh.
must be the thief.
You're mistaken. The person who gave these to me is over there. I would never dare touch the sea god's treasures.
The storyteller points, and the guards see me and Rafayel.
There, seize them.
Oh, Jesus.
will they imprison us? Well, we should start running.
We just start running. We were careless. Commoners would use coins to pay, not pearls from the deep sea.
I just found them in the sand before we... Ouch!
Slapped him upside the head. I was like, you dumbass. I grab Rafayel and drag him into a deserted alleyway. Ooh. We're no longer safe here. We gotta find a way back.
Don't you want to stay?
Rafayel interrupts my thoughts. I think you want to stay, Rafayel. Huh?
If that's your wish, I can distract them for you. In the Tome of the Sea God, the text states I must never go against your wishes. If I did, it'd mean we cannot be bound.
He turns around and kicks the pebbles by his feet. He's just a baby. Oh my god.
I need only one follower. It doesn't have to be you.
Aren't you afraid of me telling others about Lemuria?
But you always wanted to live on the surface world, right?
He's confused. I can only shake my head and take Raphael's hand. I don't have a wish. Besides, this celebration's not about me. Raphael's startled. Then, under the realistic statues of the sea god, he smiles.
This event has nothing to do with me either.
The thieves are over
True.
here. Capture them.
Damn it, they found us. Raphael pushes me into the shadows and walks onto the street.
Do you all want eyes from the god of the sea? I have tons. Have at it.
With a flick of his wrist, countless pearls of various sizes soar through the air and cascade onto the ground. The surrounding merchants are stunned before they start to fight one another, picking up as many pearls as they can.
Mine. It's mine.
That works.
Cease. None of you can take them. They are only for the emissaries.
The greater the temptation, the less likely humans need to believe in anything, it seems. 'Tis understandable for the god of the sea to struggle to find a follower most devout in their worship of him.
Sir, I don't want the sea god's eyes. Can I get your sea god puppet instead?
She's so cute.
Here. Remember to keep them together.
Gives the puppets to the little girl. He then takes my hand and pulls me into the night. Stop! He's like, I want the puppets to be together even if she leaves. I like this girl. Oh. Raphael. Ooh, pretty. The guards have called for the sea gates to be closed and barricaded. Raphael and I run along the path behind a mountain. Oh, the music. I think I recognize this song. Yeah. Unfortunately, we now stand on a cliff, nothing but the ocean below us.
Jump.
Huh? Sharp, jagged coral and rock lie at the bottom. A single mistake would be disastrous. Surely you jest. If we jump, we'll die.
Not with me here.
Raphael ignores my protest and kicks me off the cliff. He's straight up said, let's go. I don't care. You'll be fine. I'm sorry. I laughed in the middle of that line. Let me say it again. Raphael ignores my protests and kicks me off the cliff. Rushing water separates me and Raphael. The horror of drowning washes over me again. I flail my arms helpless, trying my best to reach the surface. Raphael! Beneath the surging waves, I can barely see. I've returned to that fateful day when I was tossed overboard. Maybe my destiny is to die in the ocean. Lemuria was but a mirage, a dream made in my final moments because I still clung to a sliver of hope. Ouch! That hurts. Especially with his new myth. Oh, God. Frigid, briny water floods my throat. No matter how many gods there are in this world, whether legendary or figments of imagination, I cannot place my faith in them. Oh, Jesus, this is a huge, I feel like, theme of the game that's only going to get stronger and stronger as we move forward. Even if they are real, why have my prayers gone unanswered? Even now, as I edge closer and closer to death's door, I am alone.
Hold on tight.
A voice speaks beside my ear. I open my eyes and see a familiar yet blurry figure. He tightly holds my hand, using all his strength. Raphael? I remember. Although I hoped for the gods to exist, someone has already answered me. He says nothing. He cups my cheek and his head moves closer. Do they have to kiss again for her to breathe underwater? How long does it last? Is it like one kiss lasts approximately 48 hours? You know, can you get like a 2-for-1 deal? Like, what's the situation? Chapter 7. You should have at least said something before that. Oh, God.
If I did, your last kiss would have been given to this generation's sea god. Also, watch what your arms and legs are doing.
I see him in Raphael's embrace like a hermit crab who's found a new shell. I'm sorry, I left marks on your arms again.
I don't mind. Give me your hand.
I feel like she definitely would have been able to still breathe underwater, but he just wanted to kiss her, maybe. Raphael tosses my mask into the ocean, takes my hand, and helps me stand. My body suddenly feels light, my feet landing on the water's rippling surface. I'm able to stand on the ocean as steady as I do on land. Oh! You're gonna walk on water? In boundless blue, he takes me to the horizon. Behind us, the islands melt into the sunset's shadow. He gestures for waves to bloom under my feet, sea foam appearing with every step I take. Fish swim, white gulls circle overhead, and sing as they land on my shoulder. That's such a nice image. I love how he has such a nice relationship with seagulls, by the way, random, but it's like a theme that shows up in a lot of his cards, I feel like.
We went through a lot of effort to see the sunrise. Why are you quiet?
No, I've never seen anything this beautiful in my life. I make Raphael sit down. I let my feet touch the lapping waves. Curious fish circle around us. Raphael raises an eyebrow. He pokes the fish that leapt out of the water.
As a young boy, my life was no different from yours.
Oh.
The prophecy stated Lemuria was to only have one god of the sea left.
So he was sheltered.
My predecessor passed away, and they found me years later, bathed in the flames under the union of dusk and dawn. The deep sea is dangerous. Only the strong survive. 'Tis why I can only go as far as the surface of the sea.
Were you happy? Have you ever thought about traveling to another place? I touch his fingers, my gaze meeting his.
Who do you think made that hole behind the college?
The sun's rising. The sun breaks through layers and layers of clouds. He looks up at the sky, observing the glittering sea under its rays.
So it is.
Oh. Wait, don't leave. Don't leave. That was really nice the way he said that. Many moons have passed since our last rendezvous to the surface. The deep sea becomes my second home. I'm used to living underwater, or in Whale Fall City, rather. On the night before the sea god's ceremony, as everyone is asleep, Raphael takes me to the temple. Pulsating in a steady rhythm behind us, the flame burns.
When the fire goes out tomorrow, a new Lemurian prophecy will appear in the tome of the sea god.
That's interesting.
And when the fire is reignited, the ceremony will end.
I find that really nice, the way that I feel like part of why he was drawn to her so quickly, despite the obvious plot reasons of her being connected like that with all the love interests, is that he could see himself in her. I think that's really beautiful. The way that they were both kind of used by their society as like to appease the heavens in a way. Because even Raphael, like as the god of the sea, it's like other people have controlled his life more than he has. You know, it's like he's a follower too, even though he's the god. That's nice. That's nice. Describe to me what's done in the real God of the Sea ceremony. Jeez, they have her
Sit on my
dialogue
divine
go so
throne,
fast.
adorned with shells and pearls. 100 golden crabs will carry us on a journey to every part of the deep sea.
It's a long ride. Oh my god, look at him. Oh, look at them. Oh my god. It's so pretty. It's like unbearable. It's unbearable. It sounds lovely, but wouldn't everyone be annoyed?
Indeed. I'll skip the first part of the ceremony. 'Twas
Cute.
only make-believe nonsense.
Oh, you stop blinking for my photos. Oh.
I don't know the details of the ceremony. But it won't be anything like the celebration on the surface world. Every participant will be blessed by the ocean.
What about you? See? See? This is like what I was talking about. Will I receive your blessing?
Tomorrow's blessing will be for everyone, but 'tis only yours at this moment. 'Tis a true emissary of the god of the sea. With it in your company, you need not be afraid of the danger that lies ahead.
Oh. That's nice. Like a shell of protection?
I also have a question. 'Tis a very, very important one.
Is he blushing? He's definitely blushing.
Are you willing to be my follower?
He said that so fast, too. He's so nervous. Desiring the sincerest worship of mortals, thou must be an irreplaceable... What? Offer an irreplaceable object. Why do they have her dialogue go so fast, and why have they not fixed that?
The sea god's heart, mine heart. Dost thou want it?
Leaning closer to each other, the flame flickers, seemingly startled awake. Shadows on the wall tremble. A few moments later, it returns to normal. Oh, I'm guessing he kissed her? Help. Oh my god. No. Chapter 8. Oh god. I knew it was coming. An excerpt from Siren's Ballad, Act 3. Muia? Muia? I will cut out your heart with a dagger honed, my darling. And in love's name, your heart will become my faith. Your body will be washed clean, shine like a pearl. I will care for your heart, till we meet again, and you reclaim it for yourself. Dream on the edge of sand and ocean. I once had a dream. My feet sink into the sand. Endless is the yellow sky. Endless as the yellow sky infold. Stop. Fix your typos. Plants grow along a dried riverbed. I walk beside it for a long, long, long time. The skin on my fingers is dry, cracked. My feet start to bleed. At the edge of the riverbed is a young man and a giant sea creature. I can't make out his features, but I think he's taking in the animal's warmth. Oh my god, wait, is this like Abyss Walker hints? He appears to be singing a melody. 'Tis strange, alluring, but I can barely make out any notes as his voice is barely above a whisper. I take a few steps, wishing to hear him better. When he looks up, I immediately recognize those eyes. He stands up and reaches out to me, like I'm an old friend returning from a long trip. There's Whalefall City. He points to the bones of a sea creature long dead. In the distance, they rest in the sand dunes. This is literally Abyss Walker. Oh my god, I'm not ready for that. That's where I can look at the sea? Yeah. I take his hand. We arrive at our destination when the sun rises. The teen turns to me. A dagger plunges into my chest. Warm blood drips and seeps into the sand. I watch as he rips open my chest and holds my heart with his hand, red with my blood. A tiny flame feeds on my fresh blood. A shiny crystal emitting a strange light rests at the center of the flames. There is a voice in the air, whispering, "The reason for us to leave the desert is not to find an oasis. We're here for a heart, to take it back and make it our worship." Oof. Okay. So this is foreshadowing, basically, that once Lemuria falls, they will need her heart, which basically will be the heart of the sea god, to bring it back. And so this is kind of like maybe like a what-if sort of dream, because I'm guessing this isn't what happens in Abyss Walker based on what I know, is that they actually are successful. That's so sad. I haven't been graced with a dream for a long time. Why did it feel real? I feel like I'm suffocating, as if my heart has been ripped out of my chest. The miraculous conch of wonders outside Whalefall City has brought many rumors about the surface world these past few days. The sea god's lost sacrifice angered him. In his divine wrath, he burned down a temple to punish his followers. And then the eldest of the emissaries was bedridden and died. Oh, Rafayel definitely went in the dead of night and burned down that place that they held her captive.
Who cares? Tomorrow will be the sea god ceremony.
Algie says, "What the hell? Sure." What is it like?
I'm not sure how to describe it.
Every Lemurian says 'tis a sacred rite worth attending. Girls wear light, flowy clothes and braid their hair with beautiful pearls and shells. This looks pretty. Will you wear it tomorrow? Holding her dress, Algie happily spins around.
We also prepared a lovely garment for you.
Yeah. Everyone's going to help prepare for the ceremony. I don't know what to do.
Just stand in a conspicuous spot and then give him your hand.
Do you know anything about the last sea god ceremony? Algie shakes her head.
1,000 years passed since then. My grandfather's grandfather was still a child then.
Algie senses what I'm thinking and grabs my hands.
Oh, don't worry. I heard the sea god's follower will help him see Lemuria's future.
It's not going to be good.
The prophecy will reveal the fate of Lemuria. You're free to play with us once the ceremony is over.
They're so oblivious. Ignorance is bliss. From Siren's Ballad, Act 4, Weeping Siren. Hide and seek, a children's game. Someone you meet, she will steal something of great importance to you. Even if you are blindfolded and tossed into the bottomless depths of the ocean, she'll know where you are and how to find you. TMC always knows where to find her. It's fine. After climbing through the temple's window, Rafayel felt a little tired, dizzy even. 3, 2, 1. Ready or not, here I come. Algie was far, far away, a speck in the distance. Rafayel sat down and expected to wait a long time. The Lemurian temple stood at the highest point of a seamount. 'Twas the closest to the sky above. Hence, the first rays of dawn brushed against the spire every morning, and only the spire. Lemuria was in the bottom of a fissure in the deep sea, a place light would not touch. Only a fire provided a source of warmth and light. The sun's rays made him tired. To prevent himself from falling, he touched the flame. 2 flames merged, burning together as if they were once a single blaze. The prophecy stated it would go out, only to be reignited by him. Curious, he asked Elder Amund what had happened to the previous sea god. Had they died? Were they consumed by flames, or exhausted from swimming in the vast ocean, devoured by fish? If they claimed that I was the last sea god, did that mean Lemuria would be left without one after I died? Elder Amun said, however, that the sea god possesses a heart that never dies. Even when their life comes to an end, they merely fall into a deep slumber in the deepest parts of the ocean. Yeah, okay, so I was right. I was right about how that works. It's funny also how much that is similar to the way that MC works. Raphael frowned and thought, "It's too cold and too dark down there. I don't like it." So he asked again, "Would someone come and find me when I'm hidden there?" Oh my god, that's his new myth, isn't it? Elder Amun shook his head. He watched the way the flames flickered, then sighed. He plunged his finger into the heart of the fire, slowly. That's creepy. The fire wasn't hot. Instead, it was warm like the sea baked under the afternoon sun. He wanted to be like those fish that leaped out of the water, to break through the surface and see if the sun was just as warm. He had an impious thought. Perhaps Lemuria's fire is just a poor imitation of the sun. Glub, 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 glub. Raphael came to his senses. He took back his hand and picked up the little blue fish by its tail.
Shh, be quiet. I don't want to be found right away.
Oh my god, it's so cute. Glub, 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 glub.
If you speak another word, you will return to being a scale. And a scale you'll be forevermore.
The little fish becomes quiet and just blue bubbles.
I heard there is a lot of entertainment on land, as well as humans.
Bored, Raphael played with the little fish in his hand.
You're small. Barely even a bite if eaten. If we sneak out onto the surface world and meet bad people, could you do anything? Be careful, or else you'll be caught. They'll pluck all your scales and remove your insides. Humans will turn you into fish oil for a lamp and...
Why is it always a lamp? The little fish bites Raphael.
bite you.
Raphael shook his finger from the pain and leapt from the windowsill. Hiding was boring.
All of you are idiots. I'm over here. Try a little harder to find me next time.
Cute. Oh. Is this the last one? Oh, Jesus. Wow. The myths really were shorter in the beginning. It's amazing how much longer they've made the myths. Today is the day. After thousands of years, Whalefall City holds the sea god ceremony again. Before the sun rises, the city is already in a festive mood. Everyone looks forward to the ceremony to celebrate the sea god becoming an adult and gaining the power to protect the ocean.
Can't you dumb sea cucumber? I told you to save a spot for us. We can't see anything here.
Sister, don't be so mean. Your teacher's right.
Don't be so mean.
Why are you hiding there? The sea god won't be able to see you.
Does it matter? There are so many people, he might not.
Quiet. Here he is.
The crowd erupts into cheers. I look up and spot a huge shadow sweeping over Whalefall City. It is a beautiful, sacred creature of the ocean. It appears to be a whale, yet it has bird's wings. The sea god sits on his back, passing by his loyal subjects before stopping at the gates to Whalefall City. That's an interesting image because a lot of people don't know this, but ancient kind of understandings of mermaids sometimes depicted the mermaids as having wings and being kind of like partly bird-like. And I think that's partially why Raphael's plushie is like the artist bird, right? Because it's something that isn't really talked about, I think, very much among like just a general understanding of mermaids. But when you look and see like really early statues and things like that, the understanding was that early kind of mermaids had bird-like qualities. He walks through the crowd until he stands before me. He lifts the veil on my head, then takes my hand. Oh! Beautiful, intricate patterns are painted on his body. His eyes are almost smiling, as if he's been waiting for this moment. This is so much worse. Now that we literally just got the wedding banner trailer yesterday. Oh, God. Inadvertently, I hold my breath. Everyone moves aside, creating a path for us. As we make our way down, every child says their blessings in Lemurian. Gorgeous coral branches are thrown behind us as we approach the temple's doors. The doors slowly close behind us, songs from outside melting with prayers inside the temple. In the dimly lit hall, the fire twists in the darkness, about to go out. sea god intertwines our fingers, pressing our hands against his chest. I close my eyes, calling out his name silently. I'm willing to give him my heart. I'm willing to give him my sincerest form of worship. I'm willing to have his very being etched, engraved onto my soul as I praise and pray to him for the rest of my life. Soft like a silken thread, the sea god's fire touches my hand. The fiery thread embeds itself into my palm, becoming a line, a part of my very soul. Raphael, the young god of the sea, looks at me. His voice is like the wind, blowing out the only light in the darkness. Oh, the song gets me every time.
This is my promise to you, for 'tis Lemuria's vow, a bond everlasting.
Oh. No one knows what happened that day. Lemuria is plunged into endless darkness. Oh, Jesus Christ! Panic seeps into every part of the ocean. The deep sea is angry. In its wrath, waves slam against the cliffs and rocks fall into the waters. Even that underbuilt temple is turned into rubble. 'Tis a long time before the sea god walks out of the temple alone, bringing light back to Lemuria. As he leaves the temple, the alcove that once held the flame collapses. The sea god's follower is gone. Bathed in sparks and cinders, he holds a small, pulsing flame. It rides like a newborn. Some said that the flame was born from the purest faith. Some said that the sea god sacrificed his follower to save Lemuria. Different stories, some true, some not, circulated until people gradually forgot about the ceremony. No Lemurians have ever seen the sea god's follower and the little fish that swims around him. They're gone, whereabouts unknown. Only many, many years later, then the god of the sea has perished when the kingdom has sunk into the depths of the ocean. A rumor begins to circulate in Lemuria. The god of the sea had lied to the deep sea for his beloved. Lemuria, the days to come. What the hell? What? What the hell? Okay, okay. So they leave it a little open-ended about what happened. So I guess that... Let me collect my diamonds, thank you. In love, oh, in faith. In love as a prefix is adorable. And you get the conch, ancient Lemurian conch. They didn't call it its proper name. What is it? Wondrous shell of the... whatever the hell. Legend has it that the ancient Lemurians would use magical conches to record poems and stories. These shells, preserving sounds within them, remain unaffected by the passage of time. Okay, so it seems like maybe he was supposed to kill her, and the ocean was mad that he didn't. Like he was basically like, oh yeah, she'll give me her heart, but it'll be like in love way. And then I'm guessing that she... Oh, goodness me. I know as we go further this will make more sense, but my brain is just... I probably am just like totally saying the wrong stuff and will be corrected later. But I know that he gives her his heart. And so I'm wondering if, like, he gives her his heart and then his heart is given up to save Lemuria, so then she dies because she loses technically the heart that she has. I don't know. Either way, she died, left him alone. He brought back, it seems, Lemuria again, but was like a shell of himself. And his little fish was gone, which I think kind of represents his whimsy, his like freedom and stuff. Oh God. Wow. I do wish it was a little bit longer now that we're spoiled. Now that we're spoiled with longer myths, I think it would have been really great if this was longer. But with his new sea god myth, it is basically like going to be an extension of this, I'm sure. Well, that was so good. Visuals were gorgeous. I love the setting. I always like it in the midst when they kind of talk a little old-timey, like you can feel the difference in the setting. Like I said, I really like MC's personality in this. I think that their romance is fairly, even though it's fast-paced, because both of them grew up the way that they did, and like each other are really the only people they've ever related to, and like the only ones to ever actually care about them as a person. I think it makes sense. I think it does. So I love it. I love it. So good. So good. Now we're going to move on to Abyss Walker for my next video. So let me know your thoughts below on the game in general, but what you thought of Rafayel's first limited myth, and who your main is, if you want to tell me. I'd love to know. Okay. If you want to see more Love and Deepspace content from me, please subscribe. And then also, like I said, I'm on Twitch at Sirenity, Sirenetie. Until next time.